Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Come on in here with me and sit down. Let's study the Bible together. Open your Bible up to Psalm 72. This is the psalm that ends the second book of the Psalter. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. Let me give you just a little bit more about that. One of my favorite Bible commentators used to say that the 5 books of the Psalms relates or corresponds to the 5 books of the Torah. That is Genesis through Deuteronomy. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, those books were corresponding to the 5 books in the Psalter. And he would compare the material that was in each one of these books back and forth to the Old Testament books, the first 5, the Pentateuch. I'm not sure that I would adopt that approach, but it's interesting that we have these 5 books which relate to other things that we find in the Old and New Testaments. But this particular psalm is so messianic, and if you'll see that today as we read, beginning here in verse 5. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure, throughout all generations. He shall come down like rain upon the mowed grass, as showers that water the earth. In his days shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace as long as the moon endureth. He shall have dominion also from sea to sea, and from the river unto the ends of the earth. So again, who are we talking about here? You get that little nudge, nudge. It's not Solomon, and it's not David, and it's not any of Solomon's sons. And we can say that because you'll notice there in verse 5, they shall fear thee as long as the sun and the moon endure throughout all generations. Well, who in the world is that? Who endures throughout all generations? As long as the sun and the moon. And we have the very same thing again in verse 7. In his day shall the righteous flourish, and abundance of peace, so long as the moon endures. Well, how long is that? Well, the Messiah is going to reign, and he's going to reign forever. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. You notice again there, he shall come down like rain upon the mowed grass, as showers that water the earth. So Messiah's reign is a blessing. There's abundance. And that word or that thought of abundance is repeated over and over again here in the idea of the Messiah's coming reign. He shall have dominion. So not only is he a blessing, and not only does his rule endure throughout all generations, and we could say forever, but he's going to be the king over everything, from sea to sea, from the river unto the ends of the earth. Now, the river is the Euphrates, and so that's often how, the territory of Israel is defined as from the river to the sea. So that entire piece of property, but notice that it's from the river unto the ends of the earth. So it's just not, it begins with the boundary of Israel, but it doesn't stop there. There's no western border. The Euphrates would be the eastern border of Israel, but there's no western border. It just goes to the end of the earth. However far that is, whenever that is, wherever that is, that's how far his reign stretches to. So it's a global reign. It's an eternal reign. It's a blessing that comes down upon the earth, and it blesses the people with peace. Abundance of peace. So there's abundance of everything. Because he is abundance, and he brings that in his reign. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to look at verses 9 through 11. So I hope you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.